honored student in the elective area achievement, Jasin. Jasin, stand up, please. So, got a lot of information back from Jasin's teachers, some people that have worked with him over his 4 years at Maine East. And there's some very common themes that kept coming back. A diligent, well-rounded student who prepares his assignments with enthusiasm, displaying thirst for knowledge. Terrific student and even a better person. Brings enthusiasm, smarts, and leadership to the classroom. Promising and gifted young man who really contributes to the learning environment for all of my students. Fantastic young man who is determined and driven to succeed. Phenomenal student and a wonderful, interesting person. He's respected by his peers, a leader, soulful contributor. He is the consummate leader. Those are individual comments from 7 different teachers whose information I didn't include in the rest of the letter. So again, we're hearing very common themes here. So if you take a look at what Jasin has done in his time here, he's got a GPA of 4.78. He's had a schedule that has been very heavy with AP and accelerated courses. He's a Schuler Scholar. But specifically in terms of the electives that he's taken, he's been active in 2 areas, in sort of business classes, in entrepreneurship, and I just lost it, and accelerated college accounting. And he's had 5 years of Spanish language, so he started studying before he came to East and is currently in AP Spanish. And he's also been 3 years of our Project Lead the Way, which are predominantly sort of engineering classes. So that was the other area of elective concentration. And in that he's taken computer integrated manufacturing, civil engineering and architecture, and introduction to engineering design. He's a member of the Rotary Interact Club, very much a leader there, and has also been one of our leaders in DECA. Qualified last year for nationals, and I'll tell you a little bit about that in just a moment. A few weeks ago, we had an open expo for career and technical education, CTE, for students that were considering taking some of the classes. And Jasin was a student that spoke to the parents, and my understanding is basically really just said, electives have changed his life. He's really been able to take advantage and sort of leverage those for his interests and passions, and the fact that he's a pretty bright guy as well. John Schwan has been a mentor to him. John's had him in entrepreneurship and the college accounting, and talked a little bit about problem-based learning project where the class developed a marketing plan. Our transition program students have started a business, coffee and tea and hot chocolate business, and they devised a marketing plan for student body and for teachers, and found out where the needs were and put the whole thing together with recommendations for creating the business. They presented to school administrators, and the panel of administrators, again, were just very, very impressed with the thoroughness, the comprehensive, the manner of it, and it's been a thriving business. They have just been doing gangbusters this year. So it's just one of many ways that he's led. In the CTE and the Project Lead the Way classes, Tom Kaiser is one of our teachers who has had Jasin for 2 of the classes. Said he excelled in both civil engineering and architecture and computer integrated engineering. Always an outstanding contributor to the engineering environment of our courses. So always able to bring in new thoughts, fresh ideas, the activities and projects that we were studying. So often an asset to his fellow students, providing help and encouragement when they struggle. Genuinely cares about learning, furthering his knowledge, and proud to have him in class. Last year, Tim Papageorge was Jasin's English teacher for AP Language and Composition. And I included an excerpt that Tim wrote for him because I think it really speaks to a lot of the reason that Jasin has been so successful in everything he's done. Said on a daily basis, Jasin was a young man of honor, always prepared, always respectful. He brought a special brand of critical thinking to our classroom, and it was powerful to see him change the direction of a discussion, introduce a new interpretation, push back on accepted wisdom, etc. At the accelerated AP English level, many students default to consensus-type thinking, often going along with what their peers or teacher expect or say. Jasin was able somehow to bring some friction to the classroom culture, and I believe that he did this in a mature and reasoned way. I think it's that critical thinking, which has been something that we would wish to instill in all of our students. Been very active, as I said, in Interact, helping over the last 2 years. He's been a leader in raising over $17,000 for us to donate toys to the WGN Toy Drive. And as I mentioned earlier, he finished in the top 3 at the DECA State Conference, qualified for nationals, a competition that had over 1,500 participants. His DECA entry he developed as part of an entrepreneurship class project. Involved a market feasibility study for a new product being considered by Solstice Mobile technology company located in Chicago. And some of the execs at Solstice basically said the product, the plan they came up with was of equal or higher caliber than what they paid consultants to do. So again, we see some consistency there. So again, I think Jasin is one of these people that speaks to sort of the Maine East story. He's obviously a bright young man who has taken advantage of, I think, a very supportive family environment and a very supportive school environment. And in a moment, he's going to tell you a little bit about what his plans are after he graduates. But he's got a lot of fans at Maine East, and we're proud of him and wish him all the best and expect he's going to be yet another great representative for our school and our district. So congratulations, Jasin. Who's with you tonight?
So, my mom, my dad, and also Mr. Schwann's here. He's the one here. I guess for next year's plan, I'm going to Dartmouth, and I'm probably going to be studying, I guess, YouTube once I'm going to biomedical engineering. I'm thinking about biomedical engineering with an entrepreneurship kind of style, so definitely what you said was kind of going into there. So, thank you.
Take 3 or 4 shots. Everybody, smile. Get one more. Okay, principal, you can go back to the meeting if you'd like. Okay.
From something.